Hi, Kurt. Welcome to the Three Success Secrets video series. It is an absolute honor to have a leader like you join the conversation today on a topic that's very resonant right now, certainly with me, but also with a lot of people, which is how to stay engaged with your customers and your prospects during the quarantine. Before we talk any further and hear your three secrets, I'd love for you to introduce yourself to those watching and listening. Let me turn it over to you.
Sure. Thank you, Sylvia. And first, I want to say congratulations on your podcast series. I love it. It's very relevant and it's really quick and bite-sized, which is good. I love. So yeah, my name is Kurt Shaver. I am a co-founder and chief sales officer for Vengresso. Vengresso is a sales training company specializing in modern sales techniques like social selling and video sales messaging.
I personally have utilized some of your thought leadership and tips and tricks even before we met because of the relationships that our various career journeys have taken us in the companies that we've both been with. So I'm very excited with that said to dive into your three secrets today. Let's hear secret number one.
Secret number one is to expand your professional network, which for most B2B professionals means their LinkedIn network. And since we really focus on the prospecting and sales audience, I'm gonna zero that down a little bit, Sylvia, and say to expand your network of customers, prospects, and partners. Secret number two is to increase the frequency of your social activity. So that's primarily when you are posting content on social networks, as well as when you are commenting on other people's posts. So just increase your engagement on social networks. So secret number three, this is probably the fun, sexy one. It's kind of the new one, but I really encourage people to take advantage of this, current period, maybe not traveling as much, or they don't have an hour-long commute. Take it as an opportunity to upgrade your video messaging skills. So video is really kind of one of the hot new things in selling, prospecting, business development, call it whatever you want. And so I really encourage people to experiment with the tools, brush up their game, and just bring some more humanity to their communication with customers and prospects.
What's a really great way for somebody who maybe is newer to LinkedIn or newer to the concept of LinkedIn being a really great networking tool to get started on?
Well, the first thing I would say is have a goal. So have something that you're actually shooting for. So a really valuable, kind of simple exercise I'd recommend that everybody could do right now in this period we're in, June, July, kind of summertime, is identify your ideal customer profile, right? Who do you call on? Do you call on manufacturing engineers, or do you call on VPs of HR, or do you call on marketing leaders, whoever you call on? And so define that in terms of titles, maybe company size, maybe industry. Define your ideal customer profile and do a search on LinkedIn and find out as a baseline, how many of those are you connected to on LinkedIn right now? And then set a goal for, I need to increase that. I need to increase that number to grow my network. The old saying that your network is your net worth. So, that was true 30 years ago. We just called it a Rolodex. Now we call it LinkedIn. Yeah. So set a goal, and then you can go about finding those people, whether you're searching for them or looking at what they're commenting on LinkedIn. There's a lot of different strategies for, again, connecting with more of those people. Usually the more you connect with, the more you find, because birds of a feather flock together. And so maybe you're connected to 97 of your ideal prospects types right now. You're going to set a goal for 200 by the end of July. And then now at least you have something to shoot for. And again, I'll wrap this up to say we always recommend that you write a personal recommendation. Don't send that default message to show that you looked a little bit at that person's profile before.
Let's go back to secret number two. I love your call to action to those watching and to myself even on increasing frequency of social media posts and where you comment or how frequently you comment. I'm curious to get your take on the barometer of frequency. So what's frequent enough or not frequent enough, or what's too frequent? Any thoughts on that?
Yes, because I get this question all the time. The real answer is you should post as frequently as you have valuable information for your network. That's how often you should post. Mm-hmm. Once you start to get your mind conditioned to recognize valuable content for your audience, that muscle gets stronger and stronger. I guarantee every single person that is in business, something happens to you every day that is worth posting. It's worth it to somebody for you to post that. I guarantee it. If you could step out of yourself and just follow yourself around, hover over yourself 10 feet away and watch yourself, you would recognize those things. So you got to build that muscle that helps you recognize whether something you're doing would help your audience or something you were doing would help appear like you.
So what are some really practical things that a newbie in video content creation could do to level up as quickly and effectively as possible?
Yeah, so first I'll say there's these two categories of video. So one is synchronous video, one's asynchronous video. So a synchronous video, right now we're actually talking over Zoom, although you're going to record this and put it on the podcast.
Right.
So a lot of salespeople are having synchronous video conferencing calls, obviously with customers and prospects. It's a two-way dialogue back and forth like we're doing now in real time. Yeah. At the same time, there's another area of a recorded video. And I always like to point this out. If you're looking at strengthening your prospecting skills, mm-hmm. then that has to go toward a recorded video. I mean, there's statistics out that the open rates of emails and the click-through rates are, 300 to 500% higher when they have a short video message included in them. And so our recommendation is understand both of those types, synchronous and asynchronous, and add the recorded video into your prospecting techniques to increase the odds that you do get to a synchronous video conferencing during this quarantine period.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kurt, it's been such a pleasure and such a privilege to have you on the show today. And what a great, insightful conversation. For those who do want to continue to learn from you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Oh, I mean, definitely LinkedIn, Kurt Shaver on LinkedIn. They can also go visit my company's website, which is bengresso.com. And I'm also on Twitter @KurtShaver. So any of those ways will work.
Thanks again for this time. It was great having you, and I look forward to continuing the dialogue with you before long.
Great. Thanks, Sylvia. Bye.
Bye for now.